Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to No Nonsense November number 19 as part of our Let's Grow Annual Challenge, day 324 today. So today we are talking about some lesson that I learned the hard way. I like to think some things I learned the easy way, but I think almost every important lesson that I've learned in my life, I've learned because of some mistake, some challenge, something outside of me that I usually didn't have control over, but I needed to learn how to control my response to it. And our tip today is letting go of control, letting go, especially of the things that we have no control over. And we're going to use the letting go worksheet as a guide for this. And I'll talk about how to get a worksheet, how to do a worksheet in a minute. But we've got Karen's story. I forget to mention sometimes we've always got someone's story in Guide 2 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page that illustrates and demonstrates how they have applied the thing that we're talking about on any given day to their life and the impact that it had on their life. And I like to include that because I think it's a great way to see how it worked for someone else, another person, and how it could work for you as well. Because a lot of times we believe that something won't work for us. Oh, that works for everybody else, but it wouldn't work for me. Oh, they're just naturally this, but I'm not, therefore it won't work for me. We make excuses all the time, right? So today, letting go worksheet. I actually Googled this, and I was going to encourage you to Google it. And as an action item, just take one thing in your life that you'd like to let go of, primarily because you don't have any control over it. And then just fill out a worksheet. We can use these worksheets to let go of resentment. Therapists use these worksheets a lot to get more information and to help people to self-reflect and really self-cure. I mean, therapy is all about you curing yourself because no therapist ever cures anybody. It's always the individual who heals himself. Same with medicine, by the way, except for sometimes we need a little bit of help with medical interventions. It's up to us to decide that we're going to heal and get better from anything. If we don't ever decide that, we don't usually recover. So today, I encourage you to look up one of these worksheets. Don't bother buying one because it'll take you a day or so to get it, even if you get it on Amazon, or unless it's an instant download. But you don't have to pay to get a worksheet to do anything, especially if you're not a therapist and you're not going to use it over and over and over again. Why would you buy somebody else's worksheet when it's just as easy and actually way more effective to create your own? We want to include a couple of things on this worksheet. Number one, what's the thing you want to get rid of? Think about what that is. And I should have thought of an example of something in my life, but I didn't. I would say maybe clutter. But I have control over my clutter, right? So that's probably not the best example. Maybe complaining about the weather. Okay, complaining about the weather. Does that add value to me? No. Does that add value to anyone else? Probably not. Just gets the conversation going in a negative direction because I'm complaining about it. If I'm appreciating the weather, that's a whole different ballgame. But I guess actually weather's a really good one. To complain about it or to discuss it all the time, which we do as human beings because it's a great icebreaker is to talk about the weather. But if we're complaining about it and looking at it as a negative thing, and it's something we have zero control over, because I don't know about you, but I don't have a weather machine that can control the weather, and I don't know anybody that does. So there is something that is absolutely positively something I have no control over. All I can control is my attitude, my beliefs, my thoughts, my mindset, my choices, my thinking about the weather, right? And guess what? Any kind of weather, no matter what, can be super fascinating and fun. If we approach it with curiosity, that's one way to deal with it. Something that we can't control, let's get curious about it. Well, what do we know about it? How does it work? How might we interact with it in a positive way, etc.? So the first thing we want to do is identify what it is that we really don't have any control over, that we're trying to control, or we're trying to control it by complaining our way out of it. What's something like that? And then we want to find, or we want to analyze it and use that worksheet or a worksheet to get rid of it. Well, there's three components of that. What is it? What are the things that trigger you about the weather, for example? For me, it's if I've got plans to do something outdoors and the weather is unexpected, as in it was projected to be nice and now it's going to be a blizzard or a rainstorm or a flood or whatever, that frustrates me because my plans have to be changed. Guess what? Our plans change all the time. So that's me making something I can't control. I'm giving it power and control over me, and I don't really want to do that. Secondly, we want to look at proactively accepting it. I don't have any way to control the weather. Therefore, I'm going to accept whatever it is. I quit watching the weather and things a long time ago. My kids did. They still do because they're interested in outdoor activities and sports. But me, I just roll with it now. Whatever it is, I open the door in the morning, let the dogs out, and I see what the weather is right now because I know it can change anytime. And so why would I spend any time and energy being upset about that? And then finally, we want to reflect on, as part of our worksheet, and let go of our, well, we want to reflect on it first, and then we want to release our attachment to outcomes, especially for things we can't control. Now, I'm going to use an example that will probably irritate a lot of people, but the recent presidential election has got a lot of people upset. Do you have any control over the outcome of that election? Well, you did. You had the power to go and vote, and we voted and it turned out a certain way. I've definitely been disappointed by election results in the past and had emotional impacts of that. But were they in any way, shape, or form positively contributing to my life? Absolutely not, right? Because I have no control over that. I can cast my vote, but beyond my vote, doing my civic duty, that's it for millions and millions and millions of us, right? So am I going to be upset about it? Am I going to go online and bitch and moan and complain about my candidate lost or my candidate won? Probably not. I would guiltily admit that I've already spent way more time and energy on that than I normally would or should, because it doesn't add any value to my life. It's not adding anything positive to my life. It's not making me feel better. It's not changing anybody else's mind. And so that is a good one to apply. If you're struggling with that at all, letting go of control of that, this is a good one to do the worksheet on today. So how can you do it? How can you go about doing it, creating your own worksheet? Find a letting go worksheet online. I would say just look at it and on a piece of paper, answer it. Don't buy one. If you want to go buy one, go ahead, but that's going to delay you taking your action. And we always want to do our action right now. As soon as we decide we're going to do something, we want to take action on it. Pick something small if you want, that to just practice getting familiar with the worksheet, and then go for something a little bigger. For a lot of people right now, there's significant emotion around this particular election. So if that's too big a thing to start with, I don't know, maybe you need a new coffee maker, or maybe you want to change your image. Maybe you want to get a new haircut, but you don't want to let go of your long hair. That is actually a real thing for women, by the way. I will attest to that we like our long hair. Number one, it's flexible. You can put it in a ponytail. There's all kinds of advantages to it, but it is also kind of like a shield of protection. I don't know if many people talk about that, but it actually is. I don't know where we get that idea or that belief, because it doesn't really protect us against anything, but it feels like that, at least for emotional and spiritual things, in my humble opinion. All right, so what's our action item today? Pick something to let go of that you have no control over, and share in the comments below. Just share in the comments below that you did it, or share in the comments below the thing that you let go of, because I guarantee if you're letting go of something, there are millions of other people that want to and need to let go of the exact same thing. Letting go of false beliefs is a huge one. I think on Canva you can get a one with balloons on it. What are thoughts and beliefs that I still have that I want to let go of? And it's also an exercise. You write it in the balloon, and then you imagine yourself releasing that out into the universe so that you don't have to have it weighing you down anymore. I really like that analogy with the balloons. I've actually done that to let go of things, false beliefs in particular. I've used the balloon thing. I actually wrote it on paper, rolled it up, stuck it in the balloon, blew the balloon up, and actually let it go. I know, hopefully I didn't kill any birds, but people let balloons go all the time, accidentally usually. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Letting go is a thing that I will always work on for the rest of my life, as will probably the rest of us, if we're honest with ourselves. We seldom let go of something and then it's gone forever. I always thought that it kind of should be, and maybe I need to adopt the belief that, hey, once I let this go, it's gone forever. I choose to believe that, therefore I'm going to make it so, but I haven't done that. I don't know why. Good question. Something to reflect on today. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.